understands everything I say, and I understand her. She's my best friend.
Oh, hey, who left this bowl of onions here? What? Would you get out of here? Hey!
Hello, all our fellow viewers out there. My name is MrUriHuffer, and today our topic is on onions. Yes, I said onions, the random old vegetable nobody cares about. But in reality, onions have a good amount of chemistry in them, and that's what we're going to teach you today. So, say hello to Mr. Onion. Why do onions make you cry is our topic. First, we're going to tell you a little bit about onions. A common onion has been cultivated back to the days where you can pay your rent in onions. Onions have many uses, as well as household remedies, such as clearing a sore throat, fixing muscle pains, obviously food, and also they can be used as bug repellent. Remember that, folks. You don't have to go to the store and buy bug repellent. A little anatomy about the onion. I'm going to use this picture instead. We have the scape, the onion itself, which is also called the bulb or the tunic, and the root. The root is where most of the chemicals that make you cry or end up crying are concentrated. Now, I'm going to give you a little scenario. Let's say you're at home, watching TV, playing video games, doing whatever you're doing. And all of a sudden you find yourself hungry, and out of nowhere, you smell food. Like any normal person, you're going to go check it out, see what's there. So, you walk into the kitchen, and there it is. A 5-course meal sitting right on your table. And you begin to cry. Your voice goes low, you have a sad face, might be wiping your eyes a little bit. And no, it's not because it's your favorite food. No, it's not because it looks so mouth-watering delicious. It's because some fiendish little gremlin has decided to leave a fresh bowl of cut onions on the counter for you, so he and his little buddies can sit there and watch you cry out through the window. Yes, people, gremlins exist. Moving on. Onions are like normal people. They do their normal thing. They sit in the sun, get a little smelly, have workouts. As you can see, Mr. Onion was pretty buff. Now, onions are normal. There's nothing wrong with onions. Now, when you cut onions, that's when the problem starts. As soon as you cut an onion, all types of chemicals are released into the air, also called diffusion, and that's what really gets your eyes watery. That's what starts to make you cry. Can also leave a bad smell in your nose. If you're going to cut onions, I'm going to give you 4 major warnings. 1, you're going to have watery eyes. 2, you can make awkward faces. I mean, when you get a stench of an onion, it doesn't look good. 3, a runny nose, of course, as I already said. And 4, you can start crying like a baby. I don't know, some of you guys out there might have a real soft spot for cutting onions. I don't know. Either way, if you're going to cut onions, let other people know and stay out of the way. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mehdi, and I'm going to be explaining the boring part, the science behind it. You know what? We're going to make this a little fun today. Onions have layers. Hit it.
Ogres are like onions.
They stink?
Yes. No.
Oh, they make you cry?
No.
Oh, you leave them out in the sun, they get all brown, start sprouting little white hairs.
No. Layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You get it. We both have layers.
Oh, you both have layers. Oh. You know, not everybody like onions.
And we're back. So, the science behind onions. So you have an onion, and as you can tell, they're made of layers now. So these layers consist of enzymes. The onion cells consist of enzymes, nice compact, prior to being cut. And these enzymes, they give you that good taste of onions, and are unfortunately the culprit behind you crying when cut. Now, when you cut these onions, what happens is these enzymes are released, and they're free. And now you got these little free enzymes chilling around, doing their thing, but it doesn't end there. They got one more job, and that's making you cry. So what they do is, they break down this amino acid sulfoxide found in the onion cells, and they form sulfenic acids. Now with this enzyme and sulfenic acid, together, they will yield propanethyl S-oxide. Propanethyl S-oxide is a gas. So why are you crying? You're crying exactly because this gas reacts with your eyes and forms sulfuric acid. Now sulfuric acid in your eyes is pretty painful. And what your eyes do is release as much water as possible to wash out the sulfuric acid. And that is why you cry when you cut up onions.
I got my eyes
everything that I see. I won't show high love and emotion endlessly.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Now you know exactly why we tear when you cut onions. So now I'm going to let you all know of ways to prevent those tears. So, here we go. If you want to prevent those tears from cutting onions, step 1, you can refrigerate them. Not overnight, just maybe half an hour or so before you get to cutting. Step 2, or way number 2, you can cut the onions underwater. When you think about it, you release gases from the onions, it gets in your eyes, the water will absorb those gases, and you'll be totally fine. 3, you can cook onions, which is probably the most used way that people use them. Unless you're making homemade things, you might still have to chop them up. But either way, the last and probably the most unimportant of the 4 is wearing goggles. You can wear goggles to prevent the gases from getting in your eyes, prevent your tearing. You might look ridiculous, but would you rather cry like a baby? I think not. Alright, let's hand you to Mehdi on why these ways work.
And now on to the reasons why such methods prevent those tears. So what we have here first is wearing goggles. As you can see, I'm wearing my goggles, but clearly I'm not cutting onions. I'm just doing it to look ridiculous. 3 in 1, refrigerating and cooking the onions both work hand in hand with the enzyme. When you refrigerate, you freeze the enzymes. However, when you cook, you inactivate the enzymes. Both work so that no gas is produced from the onions when being cut. As for your last method, cutting the onions underwater, by cutting onions underwater, no gas is released as the water absorbs all the gas. And those are the 4 methods and the reasons why cutting onions can be prevented from tearing.